That was
very precious. The next comic that we have coming to the stage is a good friend of mine, and you should know that her boyfriend is abroad this semester.
Woo!
Which is great, which is her boyfriend's sad that he's abroad. But they talked about some like things that were okay and not okay for like in their relationship when he's gone. And one of the things that they decided on was that like, even though it's fun when you're drunk and you're with the ladies, she can't kiss any girls. And I was like, oh, bullshit. I'm not a lesbian, but I love Rosie. And so we talked about it, and the one clause in the no kissing girls thing is that she's allowed to kiss me. So welcome my lesbian lover, Rosie Keller!
That was quite an introduction. I did not expect that. So, I was babysitting this little boy the other day, and he goes, how come you have boobies and my nipples are gonna fall off? And I was like, what? Your nipples are gonna fall off? No! That sounds so painful and really messy, and no one left me a number for who to call if that happens. And, you know, he got really upset, and basically it looked really bad when his mom came home, and I was just like holding on to his nipples, and he was crying. So, I took a sip of my friend's Smirnoff Ice the other day, and I got this like immediate rush of like, childhood feelings. And I was like, Rosie, that's super fucked up, because you're not even 21 yet. You shouldn't take a drink of something alcoholic and get this like nostalgic memory rush of like a time that felt so long ago was your childhood. But, you know, it's kind of like when you see condoms now and you're older, but you remember how fun it was to poke holes in them when you were a kid? Before you knew, but you kind of knew. But, I mean, I don't really blame younger me for drinking Smirnoff Ice, because it tastes delicious. Like, that shit is targeted at 5-year-olds. Smirnoff Ice is like that creepy guy who drives around in a big white van giving candy to kids. And like, it may taste delicious, but it's gonna make you grow up way too fast. So, the worst threesome I ever had was getting walked in on during Skype sex. Like, he was just walking around in the background, you know, fidgeting with stuff on his desk. Like, get involved a little, show a nut or something. This is kind of embarrassing, but the other day I was looking up dirty talk tips with my friend. It was Jacqueline. Jacqueline, by the way. Jacqueline She's sitting right there. It was her. It was her idea too. So we were looking them up, and it struck me that a lot of them sound like things you would say to your small child. And I know that's really wrong, and I thought so too. But like, it's true. Like, here are some examples. You're so big. Have you been bad today? Also, is that a present wrapped up for me in your underwear? And then there's, stand right there. I'm going to slowly undress you. And also, I love your hard cock. That one doesn't fit in that category. You know how bald people with shaved heads can really only pull it off if they're wearing like a super sleek suit and then they look really badass and you like don't even mind the bald head? I was thinking, if baldness runs in your family, you should probably just shave your kids' heads from a really young age and then dress them up in really nice evening wear, and then people will think they're like Lex Luthor and they'll fear them. But the downside is they may think they're cancer kids going to all of their friends' funerals. That's a thing. Cancer kids only have cancer friends. My sister's keeper taught me that. So you know when you have a secret competition with someone in that they're like way better than you at everything and they don't even know you exist or you're competing or anything like that? I have that with my cousin. And I think I took it a little too far the other day because she was like, hey, I'm pregnant. And I was like, bitch, I just won. You're gonna look terrible fat. So I'm at that place in my life where people come up to me a lot and ask, like, you know, what are you going to do with your life, Rosie? What are your career goals? And do you know what you're doing this summer? And lately I've just been saying, like, I think I'm going to stay in LA and I want to get some job in, like, entertainment or production, you know, like an unpaid internship. And so recently I've been getting a lot of, just don't do porn. And am I missing something? Like, is unpaid internship code for porn? Is it like, Dad, you missed my recital again. I'm just gonna move to LA and I'm gonna get an unpaid internship and then everyone's gonna notice me? Or is it like, you know, you're at Starbucks and that creepy guy comes up to you and he's like, hey, you're pretty attractive. Have you ever considered doing an unpaid internship? But it got me thinking, like, what would an unpaid internship in porn really entail? Because, I mean, they have the job The Fluffer, you know, where that's a paid job. You're just getting paid to fondle balls 9 to 5. Like, that's your paycheck. That's your salary. So imagine, like, how awful is the stuff that they're just like, let's let the intern do it. And I looked into it, and I got the job. It really wasn't that bad. It was kind of pretty standard stuff, like making copies, reading over scripts, getting coffee for the fluffer. It was actually more like emotionally bad because it was just really awful to like always hand the coffee to the fluffer and just be like, oh, don't touch his hand, don't touch his hand, don't touch his hand. So I was walking around campus the other day, and I was like, smells a lot like cum. There's definitely a smell of cum in the air. It's overwhelming, and it's around me. And I looked to my side, and it was just like my skanky friend was standing there. So I figured that one out pretty quick. But then I was walking around campus later, and I got the same smell. And I was like, no skanks around. And I looked at my shoe, and I hadn't stepped in like a huge wad of cum or anything. So I was really curious, and I kept looking, and it turns out it's the trees. I don't know if you guys have smelled it yet. There's a lot of trees on campus that smell like cum. Don't feel left out if you haven't smelled it yet. Like, you will, you're probably a freshman. It's not in bloom yet. You'll get there. But, you know, once I figured it out, I started climbing the trees. You know, like, when I'm horny. And can you get pregnant that way? Because, I mean, I could have an abortion, but I would feel really terrible killing a tree. So, you know what's really unfair about being a girl? You can't fuck donuts. And you can, and you can, and you can. You can too, and you're not. You're just sitting there listening, and I don't understand because you could be fucking delicious, cream-filled donuts, and that sounds awesome. Like, that sounds really amazing. So, hold on. Thank you. All right. assignments. Okay? I'm super jealous. Tell me how it goes, okay? Report back. Thank you. That's all I have.
So, this one time I was hanging out with Duncan's parents. Actually, just Duncan's dad, and he was taking really good care of me, but there was trouble in the family. And we were kind of working through it, but then Duncan's stepmom invaded the earth and started raining down destruction. And we had to hide and run for a long time, but then she got sick and died, and we all rejoiced. Good times.